guys, this is what we'll be creating today. It's an open leg wound. You can use this on any other body part, but I used the leg. So first off, we're going to start with some liquid latex. So first off, get your liquid latex and make a shape, whatever shape you would like, and dab it onto your leg. So with this latex liquid, it actually dries quite quickly, so do 1 or 2 layers first and then wait 2 minutes, and then once that dries you'll apply another 2 layers on top of that, and then wait till it dries and then apply another layer. So the more layers you apply, the better the look will be. So now I'm just applying some cotton wool onto the wound, or inside the wound. So I've actually used around 2 or 3 cotton wool balls, and I've stuck that on using liquid latex. So the cotton wool actually adds some depth and acts as a wound filler, and I'm actually applying some spirit gum to the middle of the leg wound and applying coagulated blood gel or coagulated blood scar wax. The link is in the description how to make this. It's very simple. So I'm just adding this to the middle of the wound, and the fibrous stuff that you're viewing now is cotton wool mixed with blood and scar wax. As I said, the link will be in the description below. Now I'm just taking a little skewer and doing the outline of the middle of the wound. So I'm taking off the latex liquid and making it more into a 3D shape. Now I've added some black paint to the edges of the latex liquid, and these are the edges for the wound. And adding black paint gives it more depth and more of a 3D look. You can add some paint inside the middle of the wound as well if you would like to. So now essentially I'm just filling up the wound with coagulated blood and scar wax. I've also added some cotton wool back into the wound and some Mehron coagulated blood gel. This is a very good blood gel. It's around $10 to Australian dollars, and you just add it just to give a more coagulated, gross effect. So that's the middle of the wound. Now I'm just putting scar wax around the edges. Now this is homemade scar wax, the link will be in the description below. I'm putting the scar wax around these edges to create a more deeper cut or deeper wound, and you'll see that at the end of the video. So essentially you're sort of building a wall around this wound, and I've got a spatula to smooth out the scar wax. Now you can use Vaseline to smooth it out even further, and I highly recommend that. Vaseline's, or petroleum jelly, is very, very good as a smoothing agent. Now I'm just getting some red watercolour paint and some blue watercolours and just touching around the edges on the scar wax to create a more realistic effect. So adding these watercolours creates a little bit of bruising around the wound. Now I'm just going to add some coagulated blood scab, and this looks quite realistic once you've added it to the wound. before you could see that the scar wax wasn't quite smoothed out, so I went ahead and applied the blood scab to the edges, so now it's covered it up. Now it looks a little bit better. You see that the blood is oozing, which is a really good sign. So just get rid of the excess blood around the wound with the makeup sponge. And I've ruined my tiles. Great work, Jess. But that's the finished look. I think I did add stage blood by Ben Nye just to make it drip. But that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial.